Have you ever been on a cruise and had a facial and then after you got home, wish you could have more and wondered what to do about it? Have you ever been on a cruise and wanted to schedule a facial but didn't know what to expect or how to? Our guest today has all of that information for you. Welcome, Katie Guerin. And I can't hear you yet. Is your audio on? I'm muting my audio and then I've turned it back on. Can you hear yet, Katie? Cannot hear? Well, it may take a little time for the audio to catch up with us. We'll see. We're going to try this and see if your audio will work. Going to go ahead and introduce the guest today. It's Katie Guerin, and Katie is coming to us on this live stream at a great distance from where I am right now. I'm in Texas, and Katie is in Amsterdam. And Katie is working on her audio to try to get it caught up with where we are now. And I'm not sure that she can even hear us, so we're trying. Okay. We're on. Okay, I can hear because I've got it on Facebook and I can hear my audio from there. We're on. Okay, I can hear because I've got it on Facebook and I can hear my audio from there. Okay, I can hear because I've got it on Facebook and I can hear my audio from there. And I've got Katie's audio on. I'll increase the volume on mine. Are you still unable to hear? And I've got Can you hear? Audio on. I'll increase the volume on mine. Are you still unable to hear? Can you hear? Are you still unable to hear? Can you hear? This is what happens with live stream, y'all. This is what happens with live stream, y'all. This is what happens with live stream. This is what happens with live stream. We'll see what technical support has to say. We'll see what technical support has to say. Okay, technical support says that can be very frustrating. Yes, technical support, that is very frustrating. Okay, technical support says that can be very frustrating. Yes, technical support, that is very frustrating. Okay, technical support says that can be very frustrating. Yes, technical support, that is very frustrating. My, my, there's Katie again. Can you hear us yet, Katie? My, my, there's Katie again. Can you hear us
Okay.
yet, Katie? Technical support says to ask the guest to adjust your speaker settings under the gear icon or settings at the bottom of the studio. It sounds like her device settings are not set up. At the bottom of the studio. It sounds like her device settings are not set up. And they can hear me, but we know my microphone's working. And they can hear me, but we know my microphone's working. And they can hear me, but we know my microphone's working. We're still working with technical support here. We're still working with technical support here. I'm sorry you're hearing a bunch of dings, but this is. I'm sorry you're hearing a bunch of things, but this is. So they may have to refresh the website, or we'll just go to Zoom and then post it later. So they may have to refresh the website, or we'll just go to and then post it later. I've given her another link. There are two links, so I've given her another link. We'll try that and see if we can get her so she can hear the audio and we'll try that and see if we can get her so she can hear the audio and get her so she can hear the audio. And we are still trying.
Hello, I can hear you now.
Okay, everybody can hear everyone.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm so sorry. So,
Sorry, Jill.
we, to our viewing audience, can you hear us? We hope so. And thank you for standing by and being patient. And Katie, thank you.
No, I'm sorry, Jill. It was my laptop, but I restarted everything and it should be good now. Sorry.
Well, it's crazy. I've got to let technical support know that we got it finally. So they will not be messaging me during our stream.
Yes, how are you?
I am awesome.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I love these little challenges before, but this is what you get when it's live. I'm in Texas, you're in
Yeah,
Amsterdam,
that's true.
and I need to turn this off. Okay, was might get a feedback because I had it on Facebook. I thought, well, I will try it there. I'm going to start over with the introduction. Have This is for our viewers. Have you been on a cruise ship and had a facial and then got home and thought that was wonderful? What do I do? Do I try to flag down another cruise ship to get another facial? What do I do next? Or are you scheduled for a cruise and you would like to schedule a facial? Okay, over here. Our expert today is Katie Guerin from Amsterdam, and she is going to tell us about cruise ship facials, about how to schedule one, and then what to expect during the facial. Right, Katie?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And then what to do after you get home and you disembark. You're not on that boat anymore. What do I do?
Yeah. Yeah, so well, it's actually, Jill, I think going on 10 years since I worked on the cruise ship, so things might have changed a lot since then. But yeah, when you get a facial on a cruise, it's really, really nice, really relaxing. And how you can book one is most of the cruises, I think they do a cruise tour. So the day you embark, on your cruise, you get a tour of the ship, and the spa is usually a place you also get brought to be shown the treatments and the staff and everything. So usually you can book one there and then. But I think you can also book one ahead of time if you know you also want to go, if you want to go and have a treatment when you're going on your cruise. And so you'll be well looked after. The staff working in the spa are very highly, highly trained. There's a lot of training involved in London in the Steiner Academy, where everybody has to go to train to work on the cruise ship. And so your facialist will be highly skilled, and not everybody can go on board and work on a cruise ship. You go through a lot of kind of tests and trials and everything. So you can be sure that you're well looked after by somebody. And so, yeah, that's how you book. And yeah.
When someone does get one of the excellent facials on a cruise ship, can they expect to have lovely skin immediately following? Say that they are going on, maybe they're having dinner at the captain's table that evening or something. They're not going to be all red blotched and
Yeah, so that's a good
messed up, are
question.
they?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, so it depends, of course, on your skin concern and what on board, what type of treatments they offer. I know each cruise line, it is different what facials they offer, but after your facial, you can expect a little bit of redness always because of the massage, of course, and maybe they use different. There, when I worked on board, we worked with a galvanic machine, so that was a really nice machine. But afterwards, your skin didn't look too red, maybe a little bit blushy, from
Mhm.
your own blood flow, but that's quite healthy, I think, that
Yes,
kind of rosy glow. And of course, it's always nice not to put on makeup after a facial, so maybe you shouldn't book it maybe the day that you were going out for a dinner, maybe more in the evening when you want to go to bed and relax. But if you are doing it and you have an event like a dinner, or as you say, the captain's dinner, just make sure your brushes and your hands are clean when you do apply makeup afterwards.
that is such an important point. They're
Yeah.
clean brushes so that you're not using that same that bacteria that could be on your makeup sponges or on your brushes or pads or anything. So yes, clean
Yeah.
brushes.
And your
And then
SPF if you're going to be out, if you're docking somewhere and heading off for the day.
what about after they arrive home and they've had such a wonderful experience with that cruise ship facial, and they believe that they want to make this a part of their regular regime, or they would like another facial? What is a good step to follow? Do they just, well, you don't look on the yellow pages anymore. I don't think there are yellow pages, but scrolling or surfing the web, or what are some good tips and pointers on how to find a good esthetician, a good facialist after one returns home?
Yeah, that's really, really important. I would say, yeah, so as soon as you return home, definitely book a facial, because if you leave it too long, you will forget about it and you won't go. So I would say tips in finding the right place. It's always nice to have a referral. So maybe one of your friends or your family members go to somebody and they can recommend them. And if not, then just look around in your neighborhood or close by to you. And you should always start with a consultation first, because what you're looking for, some places mightn't offer, or it's really important as well, as well, Jill, like our work, it's very personal, so you also
It
want
is.
to have a bond with somebody. So I think a consultation is always best. Ring around, walk into places, see what feeling you get, and make sure you're comfortable and you can trust someone where you go, because yeah, I think that's most important.
It is important, and you bring up a point that maybe some people don't think about. I have it on my intake form, or my questionnaire. It's not in my intake form, but in my questionnaire during a consultation, to ask a client, if it's their first time in, if they are claustrophobic, or if they mind having towels or something over their face, or someone's hands on their face.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, a client is lying there on the table with their eyes closed, and someone is doing something to their face.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's really important. The consultation is the first step, because you need to get to know somebody and need to know if you'll feel comfortable there and feel good, and do they meet your expectations and your needs and everything. Yeah.
Now, you are in Amsterdam. Did you notice I'm wearing my tartan plaid today? This is not my name. This is not my family plaid.
Oh,
You're from Ireland, right?
yes, yes. Oh, that's lovely. I love the colors.
I think this might be McDonald. I'm not sure which one this is, but it's not my name. But I thought, oh well, of course you're not in Ireland right now.
No, and I love the thing in your hair as well. Is that a bow
Yeah,
or?
it's a scarf. It's kind of my signature.
Oh, very nice.
And most of the photos that people will find of me are before I started producing this show, Happy Skin Over 50. They're from my back, and so that's how people would recognize me. And it's like, well, I don't know. She's got a scarf in her hair. I went in for a pedicure one time to my regular place, and as I was leaving, then I was almost at the door and passing all of the cosmetologists and everything, past and the other pedicure technicians, and then someone goes, "Oh, Jill, that's Jill." Is it? We didn't recognize you. You didn't have a scarf in your hair. It's like, oh, okay. Yes,
Oh,
that's me.
pretty.
Now let's talk about a few of the things that you do. We were talking about touching the face. Now you do a deep tissue massage on the face now at your clinic in Amsterdam, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What does that entail, a deep tissue massage, if someone is not familiar with that, or if they've never had a facial before?
So, deep tissue massage, it's that little step further and deeper than a regular facial massage. The deep tissue massage is really working in the tissue of the skin and working into the muscles. So, helping to stimulate your blood flow, activate your collagen, your elastin fibers, and just really getting the blood circulation moving, and also your lymphatic system. So, you can expect to be feeling a little bit red after a deep tissue massage, and it can feel quite sore, especially tight here around the jawline area where we all hold a lot of tension. So yeah, the benefits of it really is it's really anti-aging for just boosting your own natural collagen and elastin production and getting things moving, creating energy in the skin. So it's a really good workout for the face.
It's like if somebody decided to take a bicycle ride and they haven't ridden in a long time, or they will go for some kind of exercise or even Pilates or something. The next day, it's like, oh, those muscles haven't been used and I can feel them. It's the same with the face, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's incredible, really, because people forget. We work out our bodies, and people forget about their faces. But you can see like a facial, like a workout for your face, because we have muscles. Over 40 muscles in our face and in our neck, and they hold on to tension too, and they get older and they slack when we're not doing anything. So it's all about creating that energy, blood flow, circulation in our skin, our face.
You had mentioned, I think, galvanic when we
Mhm.
were discussing the
Yeah.
cruise ship facial. So, can you expound on that a little bit so our audience can understand if they're not familiar with that term?
Yeah, so on the cruise ship, that's what I worked with, and again, that was many, many years ago. And we also worked with sonodifresis. So those are kind of machines that are helping to penetrate active ingredients deeper into your skin. So back when I worked on board, I don't remember the name of the brand, but I remember we had Pacific serums that we could only use with it. We worked with La Therapy, the brand. Maybe the machine was that as well, but then we'd pick particular serums for the skin type. So let's say if somebody was coming in with acne or breakouts, we would choose a specific serum and use with the machine to infuse the ingredients that bit deeper into the skin. And the same with maybe with redness or people who are concerned with aging. So that's what we would use. And where I work now, I just opened my own clinic 6 weeks ago here in Amsterdam, and I chose to work with a radio frequency machine.
Mm-hmm.
So radio frequency is working into the dermis of the skin and really helping to build up your collagen and your elastin fibers. So again, something that's working in the underlayers of the skin, which is very, very important.
And what with the galvanic, with the radio frequency, it's very often called RF, and people will not
Yeah.
recognize what RF stands for, or radio frequency. So
Yeah.
can you describe a little bit more about the radio frequency and how we use radio frequency,
Yeah.
like instead of galvanic, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a little bit more active, a little bit more advanced than galvanic. So with radio frequency, you're really working with energy waves in the skin, and you have a machine that feels like a hot stone massage going around your face, and we're always following with the lymph nodes in the face, so helping to drain out the toxins that we hold. But the main purpose of radio frequency is for tightening and lifting of the skin. So it's also very good for the body, for cellulite, because it's penetrating through the skin and just stimulate the blood flow and everything. But a lot of my clients choose it for skin that's starting to go down,
Uh-huh.
sag, so yeah. And it's very good to help with the depth of the wrinkles, so of course we're all going to have lines and wrinkles, but when you also use radio frequency, you can see a difference and an improvement in the quality of your skin. Not that the lines will magically all disappear, but they really can get a lot softer. I'm seeing really good results with it, but on also the lifting and tightening of the skin.
And it's very important too that the recipient of radio frequency or galvanic, or many of our modalities anyway, or maybe all of them, should drink water afterwards, and more water than usual, right?
And even before, yeah,
Yes.
even before, yeah. And actually, with the machine I work with now, I work with a very good machine that's also working with the lymphatic system.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm using the machine, I can see on the device the percentage of the person who I'm working on, and I can tell how much water that they have in their body, that if they should drink more or if they should drink less. So it is really good before these treatments to have water, and then afterwards to flush everything out.
Yes. You were talking about when you energy. I heard that word. You also are a practitioner in gua sha, right?
Actually, no, I'm not. I do it. I use it, but I haven't studied it or anything. I just kind of I'm self-taught.
But you do use some of the gua sha modalities.
Yeah, and cupping.
Do you use a jade stone? Is that a jade stone or rose
No,
quartz or on it?
so
Oh, yes, cupping. That's what I
cupping.
wanted to get to next. Yes, let's talk about the cupping.
Well, yeah, gouache. And sorry, I'm jumping because you
No,
said gouache.
that's okay. No, that's fine.
I don't have one of them, but also very good for massage, sculpting. Yeah.
And I do want to mention that all of the guests on the show, Happy Skin Over 50, are not over 50. Katie is not over 50. However, she does service a large clientele that is over the age of 50. And if you are in Amsterdam, we'll mention to where you can find Katie, but also I want to mention if you're traveling, and I know quite a few people that are traveling now that gates are open, and I know of quite a few that are traveling to Amsterdam. I've seen them on a specific
Yeah.
website, and they go, "What should I see in Amsterdam?" I put Katie's link in there. Book a facial, book a facial, book a
Oh,
facial.
thank you, Jill. That's so nice of you.
So let's tell our audience that is viewing how to find you, where to find you in Amsterdam. And actually, I've been to Amsterdam before. It is lovely, and it's certainly worth a trip to go to Amsterdam,
It's
even if
beautiful.
it's just for a facial, right? Where can we find you, Katie?
So I'm actually based in Amsterdam Central. So I'm on Ouderscans, which is an area about 10 minutes away from Central Station. So it's very central.
And your hours of operation that you are open, that you schedule clients. What?
So I'm here Tuesday to Saturday, and I'm usually here 10 o'clock most mornings till around some days 6, some days 8. So it's all on my website, and of course, I do work by appointment only. So I'm not. So it's important to book an appointment. Yeah.
That is very important. A lot of people now. I never did take walk-ins, but schedule walk-ins or have walk-ins in my clinic, and I still don't. But it is especially important now that you do have an appointment. So, what is your website, Katie, and your email address?
So my website is skin-wise.com, and the email address is hello@skin-wise.com.
Going to go over my notes here and make sure we've talked about anything, everything we have. Um, to finish an appointment. What is the last ingredient, preparation, product that goes on when you're finishing a facial?
Well, the most important and last always SPF.
Yeah.
And it's so important for people to reapply SPF, especially on your cruise as well if you're going for a facial, because you're going to be out on lovely destinations and you need to reapply every 2 hours.
The acid mantle is our skin's protective barrier, and when we're getting a facial, sometimes that is chemically removed and exfoliated, and it will take several days for it to readjust from
Yeah.
our own systems. And so, like Katie mentioned, especially if you're on a cruise, you definitely need to reapply the SPF, and it's every hour to every 2 hours. Now, if you have it in your foundation or in your moisturizer, you still need more.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
hour to 2 hours, right, Katie?
Yeah, and what I think is really handy, Jill, I don't know about you, but I also have a spray of an SPF, so
Mm-hmm.
you can reapply easily, like over your makeup.
Yes, I'm glad that I did have one right here that was a spray also.
Yeah,
But
because
I'm
some
glad that
people
some
don't
of
have time.
the companies are making the spray because it
Yeah,
makes it a lot easier, and especially if someone has applied makeup.
yeah, because it doesn't budge, then you just spritz, spritz, spritz.
It's or if you're out in the skin and maybe you're feeling a little results of the sunshine
Yeah,
on your skin, you don't want to be rubbing it.
yeah,
So the
exactly.
spray, yeah, the spray is very good.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything that you would like to add before we are asking our last question here, Katie?
I suppose last thing would be that people who have gone for a facial on a cruise and want to keep up their routine is to be consistent at home with your routine in the AM and the PM and your weekly routine. Use face masks, massage tools to help enhance the results, and to see your skincare routine as a self-care moment, to enjoy taking care of your skin. And your lifestyle factors also affect it, like sleep, diet, hormones, everything. So I think all those tips really help.
It does, and it does make a very big difference. Okay, so here on Happy Skin Over 50, we have a last question that is for our guest, Katie. What has inspired you to become a facialist, an esthetician, a skincare specialist? Was it something in your childhood or as you were growing up or after you became an adult? What was your defining moment that you're going, I'm going to do this? I would like to do this.
That's a good question. I suppose I wanted to do something. I knew from a very young age, I think from the age of 12, 13, that I wanted to be a beautician and to have my own salon. So I think the main thing for me really was I wanted to do something every day that I would enjoy. So I thought going for treatments is such a lovely thing to do if I could do it all day long every day, but I can't, obviously. So doing that work and helping people to relax, taking care of them, seeing the results with their skin, educating them, I think it's really nice. I love taking care of people.
That's excellent. I love that. Love to hear that. And to our viewing audience, I hope you kind of fast forwarded maybe for 15 minutes or so before we got down to the meat of this little chat that Katie and I are having. This is Katie Guerin, our guest, and she is in Amsterdam. Again, what is your website?
So my website is skin-wise.com, and my Instagram handle is skinwiseamsterdam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, Jill. I'm sorry for the delay connecting.
Well, no, it happens, and it really wasn't on your end. I think it's cross country, and just have to expect that.
Yeah,
it happens.
Yeah. Well, lovely chatting to you.
It was lovely chatting with you too. So we will chat again another time, I'm sure, because we've already discussed what we want our next topic to be.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, looking forward.
And to our viewers, thank you very much.